All right, we're also continuing to track the homeless crisis across our region. Many cities affected, as you know. A newly released report shows 93 homeless people died in Sacramento County in the first half of this year. It all comes as new numbers from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development are revealing the homeless crisis is magnified here in California. ABC 10's Bridget Biorlo joins us now live in studio with a closer look at the recent findings just out. Bridget.
Good morning, Walt. Yeah, new numbers show 30% of the country's homeless population is right here in California. That's about 172,000 people living on the street, and it's a number that's just going up. The state has the largest rate of increase in the country when it comes to homelessness, rising 6% year over year. On a national level, the homeless count rose by less than 1%. For perspective, advocates blame California's housing market as the main reason for the problem. They say buying and even renting a home in the Golden State is far too expensive, and it's leaving many without options.
California, we've continued to see compounding issues. Housing is not affordable. It is not accessible for so many. Rent prices have continued to surge, and all while many do not have a fair living wage.
Scared. I'm scared I'm gonna wake up or not wake up one morning. 1 minute they're here and before my eyes drop, like literally I've had somebody that I knew die right in front of me.
It really is a heartbreaking scenario. Living on the street can sometimes be a matter of life or death. 93 homeless people died in Sacramento County from January to July of this year. 8 of them froze to death, and we should note 49% died from substance abuse, Walt.
Yeah, it's interesting, and you brought up a great fact there, Bridget, about the high cost of rent and living in and around. I think we had talked about this before. I think 1/3 of the unhoused are because they just couldn't afford that last rent payment and no place else to go but the street. So what's the city and county doing really to bring people inside?
Well, as you know, Walt, it's a complicated matter. There are no easy solutions, but there are warming centers open through at least the 21st of this month. That has been extended. And actually 400 people have been using those shelters a night, which is much more than usual. So good news there. But advocates say people really need permanent shelter. That is what they're calling for. And right now, the county provides 1,300 beds. More are coming in the future, but it still doesn't come close to covering the 9,300 people currently living outside, Walt.
Yeah, many of those people do want housing. There's a fair amount of them that don't want housing, and that's another issue that the city and county and many cities are dealing with too as well. All right, Bridget, thank you for getting all that information together for